Is home to the second largest Chaldean community. Those are Iraqi Christians. Joining us right now is the leader from the local Chaldean community, Mark Arabo. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming in on such short notice. So these airstrikes that have dropped basically are a win for you guys this morning.
You know, when President Obama announced it yesterday, we had tears of joy running down our face, because this is the game changer, not just our community, but the world needed to see.
And you asked the president for two specific things. You said the airstrikes and this humanitarian aid drop, both of which you received within a week of you being in Washington.
This was a completely team effort. We had delegates from also the Michigan area, and we all went in together and said, this is a global humanitarian crisis. Children are being beheaded. Fathers and mothers are being mutilated. Churches are being bombed and destroyed. We needed a game changer, and we feel like yesterday was the game changer. And we're looking at 3 steps. First one, humanitarian. People are dying because they don't have water, they don't have food, they don't have diapers, they don't have clothes. The second step, get rid of ISIS from Iraq. And third step, rework the Maliki government completely to make sure it's inclusive of Sunni, Shiites, Kurds, and Christians alike.
Well, let's fill people into, if they aren't really familiar, these Iraqi Christians are being basically given ultimatums by these ISIS militants who are invading their towns, basically saying to convert
or die.
Or die.
So this is a full-blown genocide. So we've been very clear from the beginning that the world community needs to act. France has stepped up with offering asylum. We're also talking to the United Nations and the United States government to make sure the world follows France's lead. For the folks that want to leave, let's help them out. If they want to stay, let's try to give them protection. Now,
you were just with us last weekend. You were telling us that you had Congress sign over a bill that allows these Iraqi Christians to basically, like I was calling it last week, like almost a fast pass to come to the United States. Now, when they are, backs up against the wall, in these mountain regions, hiding from ISIS, and now trying to, survive, how are they going to be able to use that you were able to implement?
Well, right now, humanitarian. So the fast pass is there, but humanitarian need is first. We need food, water, diapers, clothing to make sure they survive. And then we have to make sure the Iraqi army, the Iraqi military, gets rid of ISIS, and through the targeted airstrikes that President Obama authorized, that will be the game changer. And number 3, when you rework the Maliki government, that's when you start helping folks out of there if they want to leave. If they want to stay, let them stay. But we have to make sure that all options are open, because children before yesterday were being beheaded, being slaughtered, persecuted. And this was a full-blown Christian genocide. And the world hasn't seen this for generations.
And it's also important to note here, there are people here in San Diego with direct ties to these people, these children, like you're saying, who are being beheaded, the women who are being raped, the men who are being killed in front of their families. There are people here in San Diego who've contacted you, right?
Just yesterday alone, I received over 300 phone calls of families locally telling me the most horrific stories you could think of about what happened to their family members, what happened to their mother, their father, their brother, about how their sisters were raped, how their nephews were beheaded. I mean, this is crimes against humanity. Every human being with a human heart should step up right now and say this has to stop. And airstrikes yesterday was really the best move, especially because humanitarian aid has been coming, and it's been helping.
Well, and it's going to continue. Obviously, the president has said there that he is willing to continue that. Now, what is the next step for you guys right now?
So we're in constant communications with the White House and the State Department. I actually spoke with the White House last night, and they're saying that airdrops are coming, and they're giving us specifics. Right now, we're taking our case to the United Nations. We want the UN Security Council to recognize this as a Christian genocide and offer these folks a chance not just to survive, but to live, offer them a home. 50% of them, 200,000 of these folks are children that are living in mountains without water, without food, without clothes.
Yeah, and it's a really rough place where I was listening this morning to a woman who was on the phone from, basically hiding out. I mean, she was discussing just how horrible it is. She said, if I turn this way, they're going to kill me. If I turn this way, they're going to kill me. There's really there's really no helping them right now other than hopefully get these airstrikes in some direct areas to just push those people back, the ISIS militants.
Right. And then our message to them has been clear from the beginning, and President Obama yesterday confirmed it, that America is here to help.
It's great.
So.
And does that, I mean, you
It started from San Diego. It started at KUSI, actually. We, our first interview was here 7 weeks ago. When we called this a genocide, we called it systematic killings. And now, only in America is our story possible. And we have the best country in the history of the earth.
Yeah.
And,
you look like you're getting emotional about it.
Yeah, you know, I literally had tears of joy. I mean, kids were being beheaded.
I know.
Wives and daughters, women were being raped. Churches were being bombed. They just want a chance to wake up in the morning, to go to church, to say the Our Father and Hail Mary without worrying about being beheaded. And humanity, these are crimes against humanity.
Yeah.
And so we're so forever indebted to Ben Rhodes, to the White House, to the State Department, and our message to the people in the mountain, that America is here to help.
All right, Mark, thank you so much for coming in so early this morning. And of course, these airstrikes will continue to monitor them for you throughout the day. Thank you so much.